Hi, in this video, let's have a look at how we can calculate the total number of characters in a string using JavaScript. So here in my HTML file, all I have is a paragraph, and just below the paragraph, I've added an h1 tag which will display the total number of characters. In my CSS file, I've simply added a few styles to the paragraph, and that is it for the CSS. Now let's work on the JavaScript. First, let's select the paragraph and the h1. So I'll create a constant named para and we'll say document dot query selector and we'll select the paragraph. Similarly, also let's select the h1. This time I'll name this constant as h1. Now let's individually separate the characters present in the paragraph. For that, we'll be using the split method. So let's select the paragraph. We'll add the inner text property and we'll use the split method. Inside this parentheses, we'll simply add a pair of quotation marks. Now let's save this line to a constant named char count. And let's log this to the console. Now if you check in the browser console, you can see an array of all the characters present in the paragraph. However, this array also includes the spaces present in the paragraph. We want to ignore the spaces, so let's calculate the total number of spaces and finally subtract those spaces from the total number of characters. Now to calculate the spaces, we'll be using a regular expression. So let's do that. I'll select the para. I'll apply the inner text property. And now we'll be using the match method, which is used for matching a string against a regular expression that we are using. So let's do that. We'll say match. And inside this parentheses, we'll be adding our regular expression. Now within this parentheses, we'll be adding a pair of forward slashes. Within this forward slashes, we'll be adding a backslash and a small s. Now this backslash and the s will return the first instance of white space present in our paragraph. However, we want to calculate all the instances, so in the end, we'll add the global flag. Now let's save this to a constant named spaces. Also, let's log it to the console. As you can see in the console, we have an array of all the spaces present in the paragraph. Now let's calculate the total number of spaces by applying the length property. Now if we check in our console, we have a total of 29 spaces. Also, let's apply the length property to our total number of characters. And let's console log it. So if we check in our console, we have a total number of 217 characters, out of which 29 are spaces. So all we need to do now is simply subtract the 29 spaces from the total number of characters present in the paragraph. So let's do that. We'll display the total number of characters in the h1. So let's select the h1. We'll apply the inner text property. And here we'll be using a template littles. So I'll be adding a pair of backticks. We'll say there are. Now here we need to add a JavaScript expression, so we'll be adding a dotted sign and a pair of curly brackets. And inside this curly brackets, we'll be adding the total number of characters minus the total number of spaces. Finally, let's complete the sentence. We'll say characters in the paragraph. So as you can see in the browser, there are a total of 188 characters in the paragraph. Now to check if this actually works, we'll simply go to our HTML file and we'll just reduce the number of words in our paragraph. So right now we only have 3 words and the total number of characters is 11. So the word this has 4 characters, followed by the word is, which has 2 characters, and finally the word cool has 4 characters. So this makes a total of 10 characters, and in the end we also have a full stop, which makes it a total of 11 characters. So that is how you calculate the total number of characters present in a string. So hope you like this video. I'll see you in another one. Till then, have a nice day.